Thank you for joining me today and Life Reimagined.
Okay.
Go ahead and introduce yourself and what you do.
Oh, my name is Dan Angkiangco, and what do I do? That's a hard one as far as the many hats, but I guess what you could say is I am a coach. But what I coach isn't just in strength and conditioning, which is the first hat, but I have shifted now into health and wellness coaching. I just finished with my master's in integrative wellness.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And it's been a great shift. So now I'm mixing both modalities, strength and conditioning, as that trainer aspect, but now really what coaching means and identifying that, but also being that definition now to others, because there is a big difference. So I guess you could say what I'm doing now is really showing that to the world, these definitions. What is a coach? What is a trainer? What is health and wellness?
Yes.
And that's what I'm currently working on.
All right, you asked right now, so what is health and wellness? I know there's many aspects to it, physical, mental.
Yeah.
So in your definition, what is?
I think deep down inside, it's understanding and defining well-being, and what is your well-being, right? And it's just not even a state of I have no sicknesses, I don't. It's also exceeding that and pushing your well-being to something greater, which is a divine calling, higher consciousness, things like that. So I believe that wellness is a gradient in which it could be applied to, if you are sick, you could apply your wellness to get back to that equilibrium. That can be wellness, but once you're in that equilibrium, wellness can also see how can you exceed that. And so it goes into like what you see with life coaching, right? Is that what's after when you are healed. But to me, the whole spectrum is health and wellness, and being very self-aware of all the modalities that make up your life, because your well-being is like what you just said, your emotional, your psychological health, your well-being, the environment that you're in, the social connectedness, all these things that basically end up feeding your spirit.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe that's like the central part, which is who you are, the spirit. And so wellness is all those factors into one, and basically where do you want to go, and shifting that. Because if you believe what you're doing for your wellness is actually shifting you into what we call the illness paradigm. What can we shift to the other side? So it's also a dynamic shift.
All right.
So.
And for those that don't know that are watching, he's actually my mentor and has helped me a lot with, attaining my goals, and when challenges come, welcoming them. So for those that don't get to experience that with you, what tips can you give them to help them be better all around?
I think I'm just gonna have to apply what one of our major topics or lessons that we have learned in our graduate program was 6 pillars of lifestyle medicine.
Mm-hmm.
So now we're going into overall wellness. We learned what these aspects and topics are, but the rubber meets the road. How can we really apply these things? Goes into 6 things. I'll just list them off the top and then kind of give you the in-depth stuff. So of course there's nutrition, but it's going into more plant-based. All right. So understanding what are you feeding yourself. Then there is the exercise, of course, and we'll get down into that. Social connectedness, there's another depth to that. Your sleeping health, avoiding substances, harmful substances, and of course stress management. That's the one thing. So if you're to really look into that, that's probably the best thing you could do, because you could see what your lifestyle practices and all. So in nutrition, okay, is it more plant-based? And there's a lot of evidence showing why plant-based really helps with inflammation and healthy eating, or is it more, meats and carbs and processed those things? So you can go into depth into that. Exercise. So exercise, we could go as far as the minimal stuff, walking and things like that, but we could even, like what I've taught is, if you even understand how your physical attributes can now affect how you manage stress and your lifestyle. What is the other three? Stress management, because that's really your psychological and emotions together, and how you manage that, and that's really shifting the way you think. The link is in how you think and how you process your emotions, and understanding the power of emotional healing. Also avoiding harmful substances, because it isn't just what you consume physically through the digestive system, but it's what you consume, what you're listening to, the music that you're listening to, what you're watching, who you're surrounding yourself with, which connects with the social connectedness. Because in this time and age, we all like likes, but we are not fully connected with these people. So social connectedness isn't just, I have a lot of friends, but it's having this meaningful conversation and elevation where we're both benefiting. And by doing that, and you have now a small group to do that, now it's beneficial for your health and well-being. So those are the things I do want to dive deep inside, because I think when people talk about health and wellness, there's only a depth that only people take it at. But to see that these 6 can now go into deeper layers, hopefully that can help people really look upon themselves and be like, okay, if I really want to get into this wellness train and what we need to do, it's not just, I just got to eat healthier. It's those whys and understanding those things. So,
yeah. I just want to ask one more thing. I say it all the time. I just want to know your thoughts on it. Be present, repeat. Okay? How important is it to be present in whatever it is you're doing? Whether it's work, working out, something as simple as hanging out with a few friends instead of just being on the phone. How important is it to be present?
Well, when you were telling me this, there's one thing I was already brewing, and it was by Lao Tzu. And it says, or if you're depressed, you're living in the past. If you're anxious or if you have anxiety, you're living in the future. But if you are in peace, it's because you're in the present. And I think that speaks volumes for everything. If you just want peace, that's the main benefit. But being present is a big part of life, in which when we're always in that, we're not living here at this moment, but always in the future, we're never going to get to really where we want. So being present, I think that's what, to sum it all up, Lao Tzu. And it's like, if you want peace, be present.
Well, Eric, thank you for helping us with Wellness Wednesday. Hopefully the viewers, they get something from this. Yeah. So, is there any last words that you want to say?
No, what was it? Wellness Wednesday? Happy Wellness Wednesday. Hope all this helps you out.
All right.